Watch this hiker's headlamp. Right there. See that shadow? That's not a branch. In exactly 3 seconds, something with 8 legs and a body the size of a dinner plate drops onto his backpack. This is real footage, and what happens next is terrifying. Hit subscribe. You'll want to see what we found at timestamp 8:47.
Oh God! Oh God, it's huge!
Before we break down this nightmare, you need to understand 3 things that make this encounter absolutely shocking. First, the spider in this video is a Goliath birdeater, the largest spider on Earth by mass. Their fangs are over 1 inch long. That's longer than a grizzly bear's claw. Second, this happened on the Pacaya Samaria Trail in Peru, a route that gets 70,000 hikers every year. 70,000. None of them know what's hiding 6 feet above their heads. Third, what you're about to see has been verified by 3 separate arachnologists. Dr. Chen from Cornell called it the most significant predatory behavior documentation in a decade. But wait, before we get to the attack, we need to talk about what this hiker did wrong. And trust me, at 4:32, you'll see the exact moment he realizes his mistake. Let's rewind to 60 seconds before contact. Look at the canopy. See that dark mass between the Cecropia branches? Most people think it's a termite nest. It's not. Watch as the hiker's flashlight beam passes underneath. The mass shifts. Slightly. That's 8 legs repositioning. Goliath birdeaters don't spin webs like you see in movies. They're ambush hunters. They wait in trees, on rock faces, inside hollow logs. They can stay motionless for hours, heart rate dropping to conserve energy, waiting for vibrations that signal prey. Now here's where it gets worse. The hiker stops. He's adjusting his GoPro. Ironically, the same camera that's recording his nightmare. When he stops, his backpack touches the tree trunk. 3 distinct impacts. The spider feels every single one through vibration-sensitive hairs called trichobothria. Pause. Look at the timestamp. 2:47. The spider's front legs are already extended. It's measuring distance. This isn't random. This is calculated. Arachnologists call this prey assessment behavior. The spider is determining 3 things: size, threat level, and escape routes. In laboratory settings, Goliath birdeaters demonstrate problem-solving abilities that rival some mammals. They're not mindless. They're strategic. The hiker moves forward, 11 inches. That's the trigger. Watch the spider's body compress, like a spring loading. Its hydraulic leg system pressurizes. Spiders don't have muscles like us. They use blood pressure to extend their limbs explosively. In the next frame, it launches. The descent takes 0.6 seconds. The spider falls 4 feet and lands perfectly on the backpack's top pocket, right where the hiker can't see it. At 6:18, you'll hear the sound it makes. Viewer discretion advised. Here's what the hiker told investigators in his statement. I felt weight, like someone dropped a wet towel on my back. Then I felt tapping, rhythmic. 8 distinct points of pressure. That tapping? Those are leg tips equipped with claws. The spider is stabilizing itself, gripping the nylon fabric. Frame-by-frame analysis shows it adjusting position 17 times in the first 4 seconds. Now watch his reaction. His hand reaches back, completely natural instinct. His fingers come within 2 inches of the spider's cephalothorax. This is the critical moment. If he touches it, the spider has 2 defensive options. Option 1, the threat display. It rears back, exposing its fangs, and produces a hissing sound by rubbing its leg bristles together. That hiss can reach 90 decibels, as loud as a lawnmower. Option 2, it bites. Goliath birdeater venom isn't lethal to humans, but the bite is catastrophic. Those inch-long fangs punch through skin like hypodermic needles. Victims report pain levels equivalent to multiple wasp stings, lasting 24 to 48 hours. Swelling, nausea, muscle cramps. One bite victim in Ecuador said his entire arm felt like it was being crushed in a vice. But wait, it gets worse. Look at 543. The spider does something unexpected. Instead of biting, it releases urticating hairs. These are barbed, microscopic bristles that the spider kicks off its abdomen using its back legs. They become airborne. Hundreds of them. When they contact human skin, they embed like fiberglass splinters. Eyes, nose, throat. If you inhale them, you're looking at respiratory distress. The hiker doesn't know this is happening. Not yet. He keeps walking. The spider remains on his pack for another 47 steps. That's roughly 150 feet of trail. During this time, it's motionless, perfectly camouflaged, waiting. What happens at 8:47 will change how you think about nature trails forever. At timestamp 8:47, the hiker stops at a stream crossing. He removes his backpack, sets it on a fallen log, and when he turns on his secondary flashlight, the handheld one, he sees it. The audio captures everything. I'm not going to play the full scream. YouTube's algorithm doesn't love that. But you can hear his exact words. Oh God, it's huge. His camera tumbles. For 6 seconds, we get a chaotic angle. Ground, sky, spider, ground. But in frame 8:53:14, we get the clearest shot of the entire encounter. This is the image that went viral. 34 million views in 72 hours. The spider is fully illuminated. Body length, 4.7 inches. Leg span, 11 inches. Weight estimated at 6.2 ounces. That's heavier than a baseball. You can see the reddish-brown coloration, the distinctive pale stripe on its legs, and the chelicerae, those fangs, extended forward. But here's what most people miss. Look at the spider's posture. It's not aggressive. Its legs are tucked close to its body. This is defensive positioning. The spider is scared. From its perspective, this enormous creature, the human, has just exposed it under blinding light. It's vulnerable. Now watch what the hiker does next. This is crucial. He doesn't swat. He doesn't spray bug repellent. He doesn't panic throw his backpack. Instead, he backs away. Slowly. 12 feet of distance. Then he records for another 30 seconds. This decision, this single moment of clarity, might have saved his life. Arachnologists we consulted said aggressive interference triggers attack responses in 73% of documented Goliath Birdeater encounters. By retreating, the hiker communicated non-threat. The spider recognized this. At 9:32, it descends from the backpack, legs extending in that alien hydraulic motion. It moves laterally across the log, disappears into leaf litter, and vanishes. Total encounter time, 9 minutes, 14 seconds. But the story doesn't end there. What investigators found at the nest site will blow your mind.
Oh my God, look at the size of that thing!
So what does this encounter actually mean? 3 things. First, human-wildlife overlap is intensifying. Climate change is pushing species into new territories. The Pacaya Samiria Trail cuts through habitat that, 20 years ago, saw minimal human traffic. Now it's a tourist corridor. We're walking into their homes, and they're reacting. Dr. Chen's research team returned to the site 4 days after the incident. They located the spider's burrow system, a network of tunnels extending 11 feet underground. Inside, they found molted exoskeletons, prey remains, and evidence of a breeding chamber. Here's the disturbing part. They estimated 17 individual Goliath bird-eaters within a 200-meter radius. 17. That's 1 every 38 feet. Second, this footage challenges our fundamental understanding of spider behavior. Previous studies suggested Goliath bird-eaters were strictly ground-level hunters. This individual was hunting from trees, an arboreal strategy typically seen in smaller species. Why? Adaptation. Food scarcity at ground level may be forcing them upward. Evolution in real time. Third, we're not prepared. Trail guides in Peru don't carry anti-venom for spider bites because it's not necessary. Park signage warns about jaguars and snakes, but nothing about arachnids. Zero education, zero preparation. And here's the question nobody wants to ask. How many hikers have walked under these spiders without knowing? The answer, according to thermal imaging surveys, potentially thousands. That hiker was lucky. His camera was on. He stayed calm. He survived. But at 12:15, I'm going to show you footage from another trail cam. Same region, different hiker. Someone who didn't stay calm. If you're watching this, you need to understand something. Nature isn't a theme park. It's not optimized for human comfort. Those trails you hike, you're guests. And sometimes the residents don't appreciate visitors. 3 things you need to do right now. 1. Subscribe. Next week, we're releasing thermal footage from the Amazon that shows nocturnal spider movement patterns. You won't believe the density numbers. 2. Check the description. I've linked to Dr. Chen's full research paper, bite treatment protocols, and a regional map showing high activity zones. 3. Comment below. Have you had a spider encounter? What happened? And finally, because I know you're wondering, yes, the hiker returned to that trail. 6 months later. With a helmet-mounted camera and a very, very long stick. That footage? That's next week's video. Next, what lives under the Amazon trail? Nobody expected this.